Hey people, Injured here, 53, Khatrin and Purification Plants, blue side. Corr is a Lord General fights in range combat begins with a retinue of stormtroopers, can also add to this retinue throughout the game, giving him more abilities, strong defense and support. Funky colour scheme too over here. Alongside, Broodwich is a Hive Tyrant, very durable hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful support and disruption, begins in melee combat with a basic synapse. I shall call it Isabella. Rounding off this blue team is Inekura with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support factor. The melee combat begins with a refractor shield. This is the Death Core of Krieg DLC. Red team, we've got some Orks. First up is He-Man with a Warboss, a melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front line. Alongside here, Centzototochtin is a Commando knob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with a twin link shooter, just threw his stun bomb and ran away. And rounding us off, Sir Gunter The Kaiser is an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get specialized ranged weapons. This is the Mordian Iron Guard elite scheme. The Inquisitor looks pretty cool in this blue jacket, I think. Sentinel getting some shots on as she leaves. Meanwhile, east side kicking off. Commissar's on the floor. Warboss gets in. There's a lot of damage for the Commissar to deal with. Sentinel's a bit far forward here for me. Gets the stomp though on the Warboss. Needs to back away. The Daka going in on the guardsman there. Could have put a bit more pressure on this Sentinel, I think. In the mid, Isabella's got all the way through for a decap, and I think we'll get it. Decent damage coming out of that default Commander knob weapon, but she's tough, old Isabella. Good stomp there by Corr. Just a bunch of guardsmen for Gunter, no Sentinel. And these guys might need to back off now. Lord General is off the field though, otherwise he could just go in and tie them up in melee forever. Here comes some Hormagaunts getting a flank. Termagants behind them, and there is Isabella in the background who's taking some damage, getting that decap we saw. Wasn't chased though, it seems like. She was just let to walk away. Here's a warrior brood now for Broodwich. Hormagaunts getting way back there, tearing through some guardsmen. Good special. Gonna get even more attacks down. These guys do have a sergeant. He has the white pants and the chainsword. Sentinel pushing up too. Good little push there by the blue team. They're gonna take the western contested VP. There's a natural in the south for the blue, and a natural in the north that we saw for the red team. Meanwhile, east side, Orks all fleeing. We've got some Storm Boys for He-Man, which is going to be fun. Looks like Inekura had a bad time. Lost their Sentinel and some more guardsmen, I think. Get some spotters up, which is an odd one, against Storm Boys. I guess they'll shut down the double shooters. Haven't seen the Storm Boys yet. Barb Strangler Warrior doing its thing. Oh boy. Sluggers almost wiped out there. Termagants don't have their toxin sacks yet. So we don't see any war gear for old Isabella. What about the Lord General? He's reinforcing those Stormtrooper fellas. There they are. That guy reinforced out of cover though. Heavy weapon squad. Putting some pressure on that Sentinel. That heavy bolter barely gets out there, in fact. 2-to-1 cap for Buddha holding onto this side. But the pressure is building up, and now that heavy weapon squad can creep forward. And we've got some looters for Centzototochtin. I believe this name is... Oh, down goes that Sentinel. This name is from like Aztec mythology or something. I've definitely seen this before, with a space in between. Not sure what it is though. East side, Orks marauding through. We have a boss pole. That's the that orange sparkly circle you see there around those Orks. Decent spotter shell. Guardsmen a little bit out of position, and we are going to get most likely a full power bash because Storm Boys are coming in now. Ork Warboss is focused on the Lord Commissar. Here come the Storm Boys. These guys have power melee weapons, which doesn't really come into play with guardsmen who are light infantry, but could later on. They're going to jump on some warrior brood or something. Yeah, we might get a full bash. Meanwhile, west side, the Tyranids flooding through now. Isabella at the forefront. This is a bad time for you sluggers. That Barb Strangler doing some good work. Those guys have burners and they need to flee. And we do have toxin sacks now too. Hopefully we'll see that special shooter in tier 2 from Centzototochtin. Look at He-Man, Storm Boys, and now double looters. That's a hell of a tier 1. Some good suppression there. Stun bomb though messes up the warrior brood, and now they're being tied up in melee orcs, being hit from 2 sides. It's a painful engagement. I'm not sure why he was so intent on coming through here. You've got to wait for your ally to push before you do that. Commander Nob does get away. Here comes a whole bunch of flamer guardsmen. Well, one of them have flamers, I think. Heavy weapon squad behind them, of course. Looters doing their suppression thing. We do have the medical sergeant. In fact, you just saw them. We just saw the Khatrins heal themselves with one of those medical packs. There's that all reliable doing its work. And again, Hormagaunt was able to flank around. Lots of fire though for the Termagants. Did they just stand in range stance with their burners? That was pretty good. Wow, that was a hell of a shotgun blast. You disrupted and suppressed about 30 models there, I think. There's the Holy Pyre. Power melee weapon with that area denial Holy Pyre ability. The Holy Brazier, this is what it's called. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team still. I don't think they've dropped the west side yet. Sluggers getting in under some sneaky infiltration, and red team might be able to get on the VP now. Where are the Hormagaunts? Did they get away? Yeah, they did. Everything got away. No war gear for the Hive Tyrant yet. Double looters and Storm Boys. This is really rough for Inekura. Needs some help. Does have a heavy weapon squad. Now the spotters get caught in retreat, and here comes Broodwich to help out. No rending talons or anything to really punish these Storm Boys, but they are forced to get out of there. Not sure why this guy retreated. Maybe that was a mistake. Hormagaunts might be able to get in behind here, and they do have their adrenal glands. They're quite dangerous in tier 1. Going for the looters specifically here. So a hell of a lot of damage quickly, but not enough to wipe them out there. Maybe they can push through that side, get some power bashing. Meanwhile, red team are capping. We've got some overlapping suppression here. Grenade launcher, Lord General. Gives you move to go faster, because of course that's what a grenade launcher would do for you. Khatrins might want to approach from a wide angle here. You see Gunter keeping some stuff on this side to spot that. It's going to be tough for them to disrupt 2 setup teams like this. Lord Commissar, no war gear, level 2 though. Got some Daka, we got some big shooters all round, I imagine. No, He-Man does not have big shooters. Slugger's able to get in on the warrior brood, but there's the crippling poison to mess them up. And so much damage they took there from the Hormagaunts. Oh, I don't think they're actually able to cap it over here. I don't think they actually got the cap. Lots of fire. 2 Guardian squads now. And these guys have a Commissar. Takes them up to 12 models, allows them to reinforce 3 at a time. Yeah, the Barb Strangler Warriors are doing a fantastic job controlling those Orks of Centzon. We do have a war truck on the way. Tier 2 for Broodwich, the last player to go. Look at this from Inekura. Triple heavy weapon squads. Wants to really mess up those Storm Boys. And a Chimera from Sir Gunter the Kaiser. One on the way for Corr. I thought maybe we'd see a Bane Wolf. But no, nothing really here to threaten the Chimera, so it doesn't really care about showing rear armor and stuff. Broodwich responds with a Venom Brood. The Lord Commissar went down over here. Can Inekura manage these triple heavy weapon squads correctly? Storm Boys are persuaded to leave. We've got Sluggers now with a Nob Leader. And they're now getting burners finally. I'm not sure where that spotter shell was aimed for. That was very strange. Sluggers are just standing here taking shots. Can they edge forward against the looters though? Might need the Commissar back to run in there and distract him. Inquisitor with a Rosarius. We've got improved synapse now from Isabella. Yeah, that wasn't a good move, fellas. You're barely going to get away. They need those spotters. Where are they? Oh, back at base. Here's the Chimera of Corr with some stormtroopers. Oh, they're back at base. The anti-armor stormtroopers. Maybe they can get on the enemy Chimera. Big old firefight. Those Khatrin stood in fire for too long. That was a very quick death. Very quick death. That full health to dead in 5 seconds. And more flame. Holy crap. Corr is not dealing with these flamers very well. Here's the war truck. And their Death Dread behind it. That's fun. War truck, much like the Chimera, is a transport and reinforcement vehicle. A support vehicle as well. I like all these spiky stuff on it with the Death Skulls elite scheme. This just looks very dangerous. Uh-oh. Anti-armor stormtroopers not even using their melter. Not even using their melter bomb, I should say. Melter guns took it down there. And then they flee. I guess Centzon was not paying attention to these guys at all. Uh-oh. Isabella's got crushing claws now. Sluggers. Do they get away? I think they do. That's a lucky escape. Zone thrope on the field there. Oh, heavy weapons squad are pushed up quite far with an autocannon. I think that took Corr by surprise. They took me by surprise. Looter's way back there. No beamy. We do have a Death Dread with burners and bits. Meanwhile, east side, the pressure from He-Man continues. Now has Power Claw and Cyborg implants. But here comes Broodwich with the assist. Inekura's been up against it here. Can they push through? Oh, Broodwich isn't staying. Might be going mid. West is still red. Chimera. We got the autocannon. Sneaky Lord General behind the shot blocker here, getting shots in. Although the medical sergeant has to expose himself. Stormtroopers just hanging out in infiltration. Kicking off in the mid. Crushing Claw goes after the Death Dread, and we have now an Adrenal Glands Warrior Brood. They swapped out their Barb Strangler, which did a lot of great work for them in Tier 1. But now they can buff these Hormagaunts with melee synapse. And we see some Rippers spawned from this Capillary Tower. We might see a bunch of Capillary Towers in the mid. Yeah, there's one there. One there. This helps Broodwich get from side to side with that speed buff it gives. Not sure if they'll get this Death Dread here. I guess the Hive Tyrant can just chase it into base. Doesn't really care about the base turrets too much. Can't suppress a Hive Tyrant. I don't think it's going to get close enough to the base turrets to be under serious threat of health. The Death Dread needs to keep moving here. Uh-oh. Big mistake. Down it goes. Isabella gets the kill. Nicely done. East side, there's a whole bunch of Greenskins and Lasguns. Stormboys getting on these poor heavy weapon squad guys, and they have a knob leader now, and that guy's mean as hell. Look at the size of him. Yeah, those guys wiped out. Inekura struggling to micro this and is losing stuff. Lost 2 heavy weapon squads. Feeding tons of XP to these Stormboys. Look, they're level 3 already. Slugger's also level 3. Does get away with some stuff. Commissar should have been protecting his back lines, I think, rather than going for the looters. I know it's hard not to want to tie up these looters here, but got to look after your back lines when there's Stormboys jumping in. We got some Plasma Guardsmen and some Flamer Guardsmen for Gunter The Kaiser. We saw those Flamers doing some work. Corr now also has some over there. Chimera's still up, and so is Gunter's. Getting some repairs at base. Orks flee the east side now. When is He-Man going to transition to the mid? It's put a lot of pressure on this power. Killed a bunch of stuff, but there comes a time when you've got to start thinking about VPs. 369 to 352 is still very even, and tier 3 all round here, aside from Inekura. Centzototchtin had a couple of rough engagements maybe, down to 3 units here. And no special shooter. Where's the shotgun? Against Tyranids and double guardsmen, you do some serious damage. Maybe they want the rocket launcher in tier 3 and doesn't want to spend on the special shooter before that. Don't go those sluggers. We've seen that a few times from Broodwich, coming in from the side here and catching the Orks. Looters can set up and cover this a little bit, although there's Chimeras there. Orks are waiting too long to set up. Way too long. They might wipe. In fact, they do wipe. Anti-armor stormtroopers on the prowl. What is this? Commandos? It is some commandos from Centzototochtin, who only has 2 units on the field, getting some more commandos now. That could have quite a big impact. There's the Love the Daka. Awesome disruption. Look at this. Keeps them locked down for a while. It would have lasted longer than that, I think, if they kept it channeled. Manticore. That's a pretty good shot. Lucky that the Commando knob came in there. That was from Corr. Here we see it. Good first shot there. The first shot always important, because that's when you're announcing that you have a Manticore. Another power bash by He-Man is not giving up. Pressuring this east side. Rippers here chasing some looters around. Didn't really jump deep enough there to stun a lot of them. Jumped right into the autocannon, but did get a full power bash. He-Man having a strong game over there. 3-4-3 to 3-2-1. 2-1 now for the blue team. That Holy Pyre. She's just pissed off at that Chimera, I think. We do have we have assault kit stormtroopers. Been no real attempt to counter this Chimera over here, which is odd. We do have a Bane Wolf though, which is a lot of fun. Has that crazy chem cannon, can debuff and heavily damage light units and also mess up buildings. That is a good Manticore strike. Holy crap. That did some work. Red team continued to push forward. But they are they going to cap this or what was going on? Central power here for the blue team, built up by a Broodwich, going to be orked up here by He-Man. And they got the natural VP off him. Broodwich might need to stay central for a little bit here to support Inekura. Which means Corr is all alone, but hey, they just dropped in a Lehman Russ. What help do they need? It's going for Executioner. Even though there's 2 vehicles over here to pop with Vanquisher would have been useful. But it's gone for the Executioner. Speaking of tanks, we have an Orky looted tank. This is quite a narrow walkway here. You can get into some serious trouble with nukes and stuff. And a Carnifex is on the field for Broodwich. Gone for the Venom Cannon to go after those large targets. Massive, big old stomp by the Warboss there. Very effective. Warrior Brood can't stand and fight those Storm Boys really. Too much of a dangerous engagement. Isabella flees. Red team converging on the mid. Looted tank did go down. Not sure what got it. Broodwich did have a Venom Brood queued up at one point. I think they're just gone. Or he just cancelled them. They might have just been cancelled. Trying a formation there by Broodwich. Did some work. Who's that down? That's the Lord Commissar down over there. Bioplasma. Misses. Storm Boys. Do they drop? They get away. Red team do have this west side 290 to 299. A Lehman Russ on the way for Inekura. He-Man has gone mid. But look at this, blue team have the contested power now. All the way on the eastern edge. Zone throat using symbiosis, is it? Where is it? Oh, it's here. Oh, it's getting the upgrade now. Heavy turret. Just exploded a guardsman over there, I think. Trying to do some repairs. Here comes Isabella. Might want to get the warp field shield up because Going to take a hell of a lot of shots in the middle of Khatrin. Runs away. Both teams not wanting to fully commit here. Blue team might be about to though. Isabella's gone, but they've got a lot of stuff here. Sluggers get upon some guards when we got too close. Carnifex needs to stay away from the Warboss's claw. But those sluggers are going through some pain. Are they going to get away? We've seen some very close escapes from He-Man, but those guys did not get away, I don't think. Pretty even little fight there, I think. Although the wiping of the sluggers, yeah, He-Man did lose some stuff, in fact. That was from the Tyrant formation and other things as well. Another looted tank this time from Centzototochtin. They're chasing the Manticore over here, but not infiltrating themselves for some reason. Just going straight after it. They did take it down pretty easily. These are from Sir Gunter. Another Leman Russ here for Sir Gunter as well. These guys are now sneaking around. Isabella, ow, takes a shot from a Leman Russ Vanquisher. Don't think this is going to work out for you. Yep, Hive Tyrant cannot cap it. These guys just trying to repair and they're getting destroyed. That heavy turret is like sniping Imperial Guardsman models. Meanwhile, mid, it's pretty quiet, actually. Anti-armor stormtroopers getting in with their melter bomb and now melter guns. Can they take down this Leman Russ? They cannot. Just too much stuff there. Commando Nob still with no war gear whatsoever. There's enough vehicles, there's enough large stuff here for him to be able to do some work with a rocket launcher, I feel like. But here we see the arrival of the Nobs. There's one for Centzototochtin and one for He-Man. These guys can go toe-to-toe with anything in the game and tear it apart. We'll see how they do here. Those guys now have a Nob leader and the Mina and Greener getting their hammers. Incredibly expensive squad when you fully upgrade them. And as they should be, because they're incredibly powerful. Bane Wolf barely survives. That was a focused warp blast from the zone throat. And there's that symbiosis. I think it's like a 300 hit point heal or something. I don't think it's a percentage or anything. It locks down the zone throat while he's healing. I don't think he can even retreat out of it. Another power bash for He-Man. There's been a bunch of those. 265 to 299. Despite everything, we're still pretty even on the VPs. There's a repair bunker. Nob squad looking menacing. They've stolen a bunker there. Gonna get a revive from Broodwich. Those guys retreating out. They could have just walked away, I think, maybe. Or maybe they just would have been chased. Uncapped west side. Here's the Nob squad from Centzototochtin. Is that a rocket run? No, it's a creeping barrage from Corr. Another Nob squad now for He-Man. Can the blue team deal with them? They have massive rosters here. The tanks are going to need to be careful, of course. Get them moving early when you see Nobs running at you. What is this? Sneaky stormtroopers. Giving vision for a rocks. That's going to take out the turret for sure. Is he going to wipe out some of these Tyranids maybe? Almost. Oh, the zone throw barely survived there. And these guys now going after this Leman Russ. And almost got it. That was pretty close there. Rocket run. That's from Inekura. Some friendly fire on some Tyranids though. Barb Strangler Carnifex out for Broodwich. There's two of these fellas. And the Venom Cannon is level 3. Here comes a Nob squad. Pretty good at taking out ranged Carnifexes. They don't have melee resistance with the ranged weapons. This Carnifex goes down. What was hitting it? Oh, it might have been the... Yeah, it was the Beamy Death Gun. Multiple Beamy Death Guns. It can be hard to see those shots or where they're coming from. 265 to 97. Down goes that Leman Russ. Venom Cannon's pretty powerful though, as you can see. And Stormtroopers are there to help take out that Leman Russ. Look at the wrecks over here now. It's an armor graveyard. We have a Hive Tyrant. Oh, he's gone for Psychic Scream, has Broodwich. Gets the decap, which is very useful. There's the double. Red team are retaking the west side though. There's a sneaky commando over there. And the Nob squad is trying to get a decap, I think. Goes back to a single, and Kaiser, Gunter the Kaiser, I should say, is down to 2 units. And a rough time with those vehicles at the end of that fight. Oh, Commando just got shot to death by a tank. Gonna get revived here by... So Gunter, Rosarius is up. There's the revive. Can they get away though? Another Leman Russ delivery. He's got them on speed dial, this guy. The Inquisitor did not get away. Gave her life to save an Orc. That is some heresy right there. Rox is largely dodged. Except by these guys. Level 4 Stormtroopers barely surviving that Rox there. They've done some serious work, those guys. He-Man putting pressure on that natural VP. This capillary tower kind of growing out of this wall. Those guys are trying to bash the power node. Warboss goes for the decap while the Nobs get stuck into some termagants. There's a lot of stuff here in response though. We've got some plasma guardsmen too. Nobs are heavy infantry, so they take extra damage from plasma and power weapons. Warboss did get a decap though. Now a single for red. 259 to 262, still very, very close. Inekura gets the cap. Nicely done. Does he get away though? No. Super did not get away. Huge jammers to the back of the head. Warboss still on the warpath. Level 6. Uh-oh. Barb Strangler misses. Nob squad can be on you in an instant. Look at that. The melee charge. It really gets them moving. Hive Tyrant is there. Can debuff their damage, of course, with the Psychic Scream. West side, lots of shooting going on. Can we see a big old bioplasma maybe on these looters? There it is. Disrupted one of them. They do so much damage, these beamy death guns. And that's a burner bomb thrown in. Those guys just running into it. Hard to see though. Kind of blends in with all the destruction here. That was from the commandos. Stormtroopers giving away their sneakiness to intercept these Stormtroopers. Did get their melter bomb off though. The Carnifex lives. And we see a second Barb Strangler one. There was the first. Pretty much dead even, 256 to 257. Can anyone cap this west side though? Is that Orks through the mid? It's Orks coming through the mid. They might be able to flank outward to the west side. Got to get past Broodwich first though, and a tank. And they couldn't. Here is Centzon. Oh, he's got a rocket launcher now. Couldn't quite get the cap. Ouch. Rocket run. It's painful. That was Corr, I think. Maybe that was Inekura again though. Corr has been dropping some Leman Russes and losing some Leman Russes. They have a Chimera, but no Leman Russes left. Sneaky Stormtroopers again trying to get in behind. It's been a game of Stormtroopers so far, just destroying things with melter guns. Going after the Manticore maybe. This is Inekura's Manticore, and this is Corr's Chimera, which has set up a mobile base with a beacon here. They've been spotted by Isabella. And they're going to have to flee. Oh, look at this. Blue team got the west side. And Nob's dealt with here. There's the 2-to-1. That bunker's that's a medical bunker now. It's another bunker. Another heavy turret goes up. And a battle wagon for He-Man. Look forward to it bouncing all over this messed up terrain here. What's He-Man going to be up to? I'd say go wide. Go wide east, get in onto the VP that way. If you come this way, go run into some pain. Looks like they wanted to support the west side here. Understandable. Got a looted tank from Centzon. Some late game Khatrin on the way for Corr, and another Carnifex for Broodwich. They might go for another Venom Cannon maybe, because there's a battle wagon they're going to see soonish. I'd probably just get another Barb Strangler. Those things are awesome. And it helps you control those Knob Squads. Those things are still around. In fact, He-Man has 2 of them now. There's that crippling poison. Frenzy gives them suppression immunity though against the Barb Strangler. Is kicking off on the west side. He-Man throwing those knobs in gets it going. These guys are going to take out the Leman Russ, I think. Oh, they're knocked over. They do get taken down. They do take it down though. That was Emperor's Wrath, I think, from Inekura. In the background, there's also got the Fist of Brockus you might have seen. There's the battle wagon. They're happily just taking shots from all sides. I think it's going to get away. Yeah, Inekura does have that Fist of Brockus and the Emperor's Wrath. And that really messed up one of the Knob Squads there. These guys got away with 1 model. Centzons are still full strength. Level 1 though. Blue team retain the west side in a pretty crazy fight there. Triple Carnifexes going for a second Venom Cannon. And already lost 1. Here's those Khatrin doing some forward capping here. Up to the red team to try and push. Not going to be easy. Another Leman Russ delivery. Is that the 3rd one? I think it's the 3rd one. Level 4 Lord Commissar. He's got some weird animations with the Power Fist, this guy. He's got like a... He does like a 2-handed swing as if he's holding a sword or something, but he just got a Power Fist. It's very odd. Manticore Strike goes for the heavy turrets. Ah, but doesn't get it. I think they dropped 1 on the Leman Russ. You need to get 4 on a heavy turret. Speaking of Manticore Strikes, almost wiping out those looters. Knob Squad using their frenzy to break the suppression. Carnifex is backing the hell off. Zone Threat needs to get moving too. What level is this guy? Level 3 Zone Threat. Might want to get another one for another symbiosis. I don't know if they have... Yeah, they don't have the population to get one. 230 to 197. We see some activity though around blue team's natural. That's a battle wagon. Where's the big boom shot? Or big zap gun, whatever it's called. Come on. There we go. Boom! Bloody hell, that is a big explosion. How did you live? I don't understand how you lived. We've got a level 7 Warboss now with spiky armor. Isabella can't really fight those knobs, supported by a Warboss especially. But there's a lot of stuff here. She's back in the fight. Special attack, didn't seem to knock anything over. But they are dealt with. He-Man, nice idea. Just needed a bit of a distraction and didn't really get it on the west side. Where is Centzon's stuff? They were coming out of base. A little bit of a mistimed push there by He-Man. But they're against 1 player. There's 2 players over here, so they should be able to push the west side a little bit. Although Inekura still has things. Yeah. They still have things there. It's not quite a 2v1. He-Man having the same thought I did, but if they could see what I could see, there's much more than just 1 player here. Manticore quite far forward there for Sir Gunter. The stormtroopers of Corr could try and go after it. There's no detectors. And as we've seen, it doesn't take long for those guys to take out a Manticore. There's a Manticore shot. Where's it going? Oh, right there. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. Looking pretty good on this west side. This bunker needs to be upgraded though. Well, Stormtroopers getting spotted by the Khatchins. That's a good reason to get those late Khatchins up, I guess. These guys are in trouble and they go down. Inquisitor getting stuck in. Couldn't really see her there. Our red team going to try and push this side and not the mid. Looks like they are going for it. Another bunker gets dropped in. Nob Squad can't get a decap. That's just too much stuff. But here comes some more Nobs. Looted tank now for He-Man as well. Guardsmen just getting shredded, but they do get away. Here we go. Nob Squad getting in. Where's the backup? There's no backup. It's a good rocket run though from Sir Gunter. They needed to push alongside that a little bit more. We got some Gene Stealers up here now from Broodwich. And we still have a melee synapse, right? Yes, we do. Battle Wagon didn't last long. Counter push here by the blue team through the mid. They did get a decap, the red team. They did get the decap. 230 to 82. Red team are running out of VPs though. What is this? Just some artillery spotters hanging out. You might want to cap your rec point, fellas. Warboss is absolutely pissed. Level 8. He's had enough of these Carnifex. He's messing up his Orks. Got a level 5 Commando. Now has sneaky infiltration kit. Haven't seen him do much sneaking around the back with the rocket launcher actually. Level 5 Inquisitor so far. Level 10 Lord General, just messing things up with that grenade launcher, I guess. The Hive Tyrant is down. Level 8 and a level 4 Commissar. Stormtroopers again getting spotted by the Khatchins. Really messing up their day. A shrewd purchase by Corr. Anti-Corr. Oh, hits one of them. Hit some guardsmen, but they get back up. Going for the heavy turret again. He needs to put all of the missiles on it. There we go. He's going to get it this time. Might see Isabella revived. Going for it is Inekura, but that's a Nob Squad with hammers. Can't do it. Tyranid formation to stop the cap. There we go. Orks piling through, trying to just like create some space to get the cap here. Commandos do cap faster as well. They're going for it, I think. They found the beacon Chimera. They're going to tear it apart under pressure there, I think. Creeping barrage from Corr, but they do get the cap, the red team. Good little push there. Was not expecting them to be able to get it again. Nob Squad took down the Chimera too. Corr has lost some stuff. But I'm sure they could get another Leman Russ or something. How many Leman Russes have we seen fall in this game? Inekura now has some Khatrin with grenade launchers. I see a Manticore strike. Where is it going? Right there. Nob Squad toughing it out though. Level 2 now, these guys. He-Man lost some stuff in that push, but they did get the VP. Now they can try and stabilize around it. Gene Stealers, I don't think you can take on double Nobs, guys. Are they giving it a good go? There's the Frenzy. That's the Emperor's Wrath. Disrupts them, but the Frenzy stopped a lot of the damage. 196 to 55. Blue team pushing back here. This is a hell of a fight. Nob Squad, I think, are going to be dealt with. There's one gone. Inekura goes down. Very bravely fighting some very angry Orks. This Nob Squad is still in play here. No sign of Pull the Boys from He-Man. This Carnifex is quite low. There's a Purgatus going off. Absolute mayhem. Looks like the red team are going to retain it for now. The Carnifex falls there. Warboss is eventually persuaded to leave, yes. In fact, he's persuaded to fall over. Level 10 that fella now. Did a massive amount of work. Rocket launcher now doing some... Uh-oh. It's like the third Tyrant formation. That was a really well placed one too. Man, that was painful. It was really painful. Wiped out one of the commandos, I think. Looted tank now chasing off some Carnifexes. They do have the west side still. Baneblade on the way for Corr. Just tired of Leman Russes. Guys might want to go take care of that looters. Carnifexes need some heals. Do we still? Yeah, we still have the zone throw. Just to be careful. There we go. Baneblade halfway done. Gene Stealers are level 2. Where's that symbiosis? I can't tell if it's happening now. I think that's just natural regen. I assume there's some kind of visual effect for it, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's some cooldown. It's not being used right now. 116 to 55. This game is still going. And there's the 2-1 for red. They still have it. Blue team got to come up with a plan here, and it might be let's run through the mid with Tyranids. That's a pretty good plan. Oh, there's the symbiosis. It looks like it locks both in place. And heals for a fair amount, as you can see. Trying to get revive is Sir Gunter. And got it. Again. Gives her life for an Orc. 91 to 55. Inekura coming in with a decap. Can they get it? Had such a rough start and cannot... Oh, still decapping. And gets the decap. Well done. Manticore strike. Creating a little bit of space there. Here comes the Warboss again. Level 10 and angry as hell. Baneblade is going to be chased by Knobs. How many times have we seen this? Knob squads descending on a Baneblade. Absolute mayhem. Just enjoy the carnage, guys. Can they get those Knobs out of there? Some more Knobs in the background chasing Leman Russ, but I think it's going to be okay, yeah. Baneblade looks like it's going to be fine. Hasn't really lost much health. Leman Russ does not survive. Corr now down to the heroic Stormtroopers and a Baneblade now. And it's being chased on rear armor by Stormtroopers and Knobs. It's not looking good. Saved maybe by a Manticore Strike, a pretty good one. That did a lot of damage. 85 to 54. Can the Beyblade live? Does not live. He needed to get it moving way sooner. Way sooner. People overestimate how tough a Baneblade is. When there's Knobs anywhere near it, you've just got to like order it back to base, basically. Just get it moving. 85 to 39, double cap here for the blue team. They've spun it around, might even get a triple. No, this one's turning red again. Corr down to a single unit, He-Man down to a single unit, just desperation at the end. There's the double for blue. They might have this now. They might have this now, despite losing the Baneblade. Broodwich and Inekura are still very strong on their rosters. And look at Gunter and He-Man. They've given it all. But seems like it's not going to be enough. Here's a red Baneblade. I don't think it's going to have much of an impact though. They get their natural back. Decapped blue's natural, but it's not going to be for long. It was the Warboss, I think. GG says Centzototochtin. Indeed it was. What a hell of a game. 2-1's going to see it out, I think. Yes, it is. Rocket runs at the end to see us off. Look at that. And a Rocks was being dropped. Absolutely mental. Let's look at his heroes. Level 10, Lord General. Level 8, Hive Tyrant. Isabella did very well. Level 6, Lord Commissar. Warboss, who was immense. Just tearing through stuff, level 10. Level 6, Commando. I wanted to see some more sneaking with this rocket launcher. I didn't really see much. And level 7, Inquisitor. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. I just didn't see it. But I'm sure I missed the millions of things as usual. But was a hell of a lot of fun carnage. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.